This is a video about characters, so I have the character slice screen in the background. Isn't that cute? So the Smash Brothers ballot that Nintendo put out a couple months ago is pretty much over at this point. Not literally, it doesn't actually end until October. But most people who got in serious submissions, they more than likely did that already. Anyone who is still using the Smash ballot at this point is... you know the ones. But with that, E3 coming up, the rumor that Roy and Ryu are probably going to be DLC, also Lucas is coming out, that's also a thing. Smash Brothers character DLC is very much a hot topic in the Smash Brothers player base. So everyone frequently asks me, hey, Chris, what you want? So from now on, if they ask me that again, I can just refer them to this video. So I just want to go ahead and disclaim, this isn't a top 10 list. Coincidentally, there does happen to be 10 picks that I jotted down to talk about, but they're in no particular order. I wrote them down as I thought of them, and then I just kind of pooped. And to keep the list a little bit interesting, I mixed it up a bit. Half of it is first party, and the other half is third party, just to kind of, do that. So I posted my list in a censored version on Twitter the other day, and a lot of you actually managed to guess a couple of them. There were a few that you didn't, but, let's go one by one. So one of my picks is first party Hades from Kid Icarus Uprising. For multiple reasons. Number one, everyone agrees with this one. Smash Brothers does need more villains. Everyone tends to agree with that statement, at least. 2, he's hilarious and awesome in Uprising. 3, he would have been a million times better than bloody friggin' Dark Pit. Whenever I bring Hades up, the common argument is that he's too big. It's Ridley all over again. My argument to that would be, unlike Ridley, who is consistently the same big size, Hades comes from a game where the gods and goddesses are clearly established to be able to change their size. Or at least we only see Palutena do this, but it is strongly implied that the other gods can do this as well. So even though Hades is always gigantic, he can definitely be scaled down, and it wouldn't be as weird because the gods can do that and stuff. I don't know, it wouldn't look as weird to me. And as for movesets, the entire final mission of the game, that's like 75% of his moveset right there. Have at it, Sakurai. Next choice, third party. We gotta go with the comeback of Solid Snake. This one is pretty self-explanatory, This is, in an alternate dimension, this would be the stupidest character decision ever possible, but in this dimension, we currently live in a post-Brawl era where that very much was a thing that happened, so I wanted to re-happen again. I mean, the first time in that E3 2006 trailer, it was 2006, the first time in that trailer, the first time Colonel Campbell showed up and told Snake about Smash Brothers, Smash Brothers changed. Smash Brothers has changed. His moveset was completely different from every other character in the game. He had so much crap that no one else had. He had missile launchers. He had grenades. You could throw a live grenade at Pikachu. In what other game can you do that? Official game, I should add. There's probably maybe Flash games where you throw grenades at Pokemon. I don't know what you people do. Now, there is the current predicament with Konami not knowing what the hell they're doing. They're not exactly... Nothing's going right over there currently, it seems. And if Snake did come back, would they also bring back David Hayter, or would they get a new guy, or would they just reuse Brawl clips? I'm not 100% sure. All I know is that I want Snake in because then that means there's a fraction of a chance that a song from the Metal Gear Rising soundtrack would be in. Ideally, it has to be this way, but I'll take any song. But I'll also take Solid Snake, please. My next first-party choice is... I'm probably butchering this name. And also, you're gonna... When I say the name, roll with me for a second. But, Gygus Gygus from Mother/Earthbound. Now, not the giant fetus baby thing. Not that one. I'm talking about his alien form. This one. This one, it's probably on the screen somewhere right now. I'm talking about this one. This idea didn't really come into my mind until I found a picture on DeviantArt that showed, you know, concept art, like what would his special moves be, and like that picture ain't even colored, but to me, he looks really cool in that picture. I'm like, shit, yo, dude, he has a giant tentacle for a penis. I want to play as this. That's not the only reason, but that's not even an actual reason. I'm just being stupid, but he looks cool, and these moves look cool, and then yeah, for his final smash, you could turn into the giant fetus baby. I want to turn into a giant fetus baby. One slight issue is that there is the common statement that Gygus looks in this form looks like Mewtwo, and oh well. My next third-party choice would be Travis Touchdown from No More Heroes. To me, Travis is to me, he screams Smash Brothers. He really does. The majority of his moves from both No More Heroes and No More Heroes 2, they could easily, like all of them, can become Smash moves in some fashion. He has beam katanas, 2 of them, that he bought off the internet at an auction, and he kills everybody with them. Eat your heart out, Shulk. He can turn into a tiger. He rode in a giant mech once. He knows wrestling moves. I mean, guys, it screams Smash Brothers. I'm telling you right now. The thing is that, again, like Solid Snake, he comes from an M-rated game. And whereas Metal Gear is M-rated more for its themes, I guess, more so than its violence, although it does have some violence, No More Heroes is all about violence. Like, there's absolutely no question about it. Travis also has the biggest potty mouth in the world, so you would have to cut a lot of that stuff out, you know, just make Travis not talk like Travis, and just no blood. But then other than that, dude, we're golden. Open and shut case. Next first party, we're gonna talk about Splatoon now. So currently, a lot of Splatoon players are urging for Inklings in Smash, and I would be very cool with Splatoon representation. I do like that game. I've been playing it a lot recently, but I don't want just the regular-ass Inklings, you know what I'm saying? That's what I call a base character. A base character to me is a character that exists solely to be customized by the player, with no actual personality, or at least intended personality. Like Villager. Villager's a base character, but at least for him, he has that whole, he looks like a deranged psychopath serial killer thing going for him. The Inklings, they don't have personality. Like they don't have, they technically have personality, but how do I put this? They exist in their source game for the sole purpose of being customized. They're not actually characters. You kinda get where I'm going with this? I am terrible without scripts, ladies and gentlemen. Like, for example, the Villagers moveset, I think you could have given to a lot of characters from Animal Crossing, like Tom Nook, Isabelle, KK Slider, but they went with regular-ass Villager. But I mean, you know what, hey, that's fine, but don't add another base character. But instead of Inklings, my vote would go to the Squid Sisters. Now, everyone's gaga for these girls, which I don't personally get. I get an aneurysm every single time their news thing comes on. They're always like, "Stay fresh!" And I'm like, "You stay dead after I kill you," which I can't because I'm not programmed into the game, stupid. I mean, like, you know, I like them, just I don't get the fascination, but I would rather they be put in Smash Brothers than regular Inklings, because in the source game, the Squid Sisters have established character. They have established personality. And hypothetically, if Inklings were put into the game, whatever moveset they were given, you could also totally give to the Squid Sisters. And then you could probably also give them some song and dance shit that they do. I don't know. Also, when I say Squid Sisters, I don't mean play as both of them at the same time, like the Ice Climbers. Like, what I was thinking was, you know, both of them, but have them be costumes of each other, like with the you know, female and male Wii Fit trainer, something like that. They both have the same moves. They're just palette swaps, essentially. But unfortunately, that's not going to happen. If Splatoon does get representation, they are going to make it just regular Inklings. They're going to, and that's something I'm just gonna have to accept. Next third party is Banjo Kazooie. I'm gonna be very brief on this one because everyone's said this before. But I mean, yeah, again, like Travis, all of their moves from their source games are automatically just copy-pasted to Smash Brothers. We're done. The music is legendary. It would be amazing if Banjo Kazooie music was remixed in Smash in some fashion. It'd be awesome. You know, like maybe they brought Grant Kirkhope back to remix it for Smash. I don't know, something like that. And then again, there is that whole thing with they're owned by Microsoft now, but even Phil Spencer is like, we'd be down. You know, bro? I think we got a shot here. That's all I'm saying. Next first party is Chibi-Robo. Now, I just got done talking about size with Hades. Here, I have no excuse. Chibi-Robo is consistently a little hand-sized toy thing. So, okay, I'm cornered here. I have no excuse. I have no defense. It would definitely look a little weird. But I think, looking past that, there could still totally be massive potential for movesets. I can think of like 20 different things you can do with that electrical cord he carries alone. And just a bunch of, you know, mini electrical household appliances he can use. And you have to keep him charged throughout the fight some way, otherwise he gets weaker and weaker, and then maybe if you don't charge him up at all, he just, you know, stands completely dead still and he becomes smash attack fodder, you know? I think it would be cool. I don't know how they would do it, but if they tried, I could see them getting away with it. So the next one, third party, everyone told me that they thought this was Shovel Knight, and you know what? No, it wasn't. He almost made my list, but in the end, I ended up swapping him out for Simon Belmont. Again, I know I'm repeating myself at this point, but again, like Travis, like Banjo Kazooie, he has a Smash-ready moveset. He's got the whip, he's got the holy water, he's got all that other jazz. He's got the crucifix, he's got all that other wonderful shit. He's got throwing knife dagger thingies. He could even throw Medusa heads. Every one of his opponents would dread that, I assure you. Now, a couple of problems with this would be Simon is from the same company as Solid Snake, and, you know, would they want to put two Konami characters in there, or would they just pick one or the other? I don't know, whatever. But just, for the purposes of this video, let's just hypothetically say they both got in. Would that be a problem? Would they pick one over the other? What are they going to do? Also, going back to the crucifix for a second, I'm not so sure how Nintendo would feel about, you know, that's a religious thing. I'm not exactly sure how they would feel about that. So maybe they would probably censor more of the religious aspects of Castlevania. But other than that, you could totally get away with like there was a Dracula's Castle stage in Project M. And that was like, we could totally get away with that in Smash Brothers. That looked awesome. There was no religion whatsoever. Alright, so this next one, also, you're gonna have to roll with me on this one because I'm not so sure I'm rolling with myself either, but hear me out on this one. So, okay, so I wrote someone from Fatal Frame. Now, let it be known I've never played a Fatal Frame game in my life, number one, but I know enough about Fatal Frame where I'm very interested and I want to play it. But I'm just, every time I'm presented with an opportunity, I'm just like, bleh. But I think Fatal Frame representation would probably, you know, push me over the boundary, and I'll finally be like, okay, I gotta play these games now, because they're in Smash Brothers. That's my only requirement. Now, a couple of things. The reason I say someone from Fatal Frame is because I don't know who they would pick. I don't know any specific character. I don't even know if there's anyone in there who could fight. I would imagine a lot of the ghost enemies are all like bloody corpses with like twisted necks or whatever. Like I don't know how you would do this. I am admittedly I'm not rolling with myself here. It's just the incredibly dumb part of my brain wants to see what would happen if they put this violent horror game if they tried to incorporate it into Smash Brothers in some fashion. Because like at least with Snake, Travis, and Belmont, all those things I mentioned, you could easily censor them. I would imagine Fatal Frame is going to be a little bit more difficult, because that entire game is all about, you know, cults and evil ghosts and murder. And in the recent trailer for the recent game, someone flat out slits their throat like, yeah, kid-friendly, Kirby versus Fatal Frame, let's go, everybody. This video's a disaster. Also, I just remembered, Fatal Frame technically isn't really a Nintendo first-party franchise. I believe it's Koei Tecmo that mainly owns Fatal Frame. I think, I could be wrong about that. But I know Nintendo co-owns the rights to most of the more recent games. So I think it's technically second party, but I didn't want to make an entirely new category, so I just stuck them in first party, but whatever. Y'all gonna find something to complain about anyway, so I'll just give you a reason right here. You're welcome. So again, I have no idea how they would do it. I don't know if it's even a good idea, but I have to admit, I am interested. I would be intrigued if they tried. Even if they failed horribly, I will be amused. And my last pick, third party, is Shantae from Shantae. And again, like Fatal Frame, I've never played a single Shantae game, but I do know that Shantae is a genie. And that's all I need to know. I mean, if I have to explicitly tell you why that alone is automatically Smash Brothers material, and you and I shouldn't be friends, quite frankly. So yeah, I know very, very little about Shantae, so this is going to be kept a little short, but again, like Fatal Frame, if Shantae was in, it would probably get me to play the games, and there's only like 3 of them with a 4th one coming out, so I would imagine, you know, I wouldn't have to play catch-up as much as Fatal Frame. This entire video is basically me telling every company in the world, hey, you want me to play your game? Put your character in Smash Brothers. That's the only requirement. So yes, those are my picks for Smash Brothers DLC. I'm sure there's a lot of you who agree and disagree with this list, so please, by all means, comment away. You know the drill. And, yeah, you know, I'll throw up some honorable mentions on the screen right now while I make a stupid face. Also, Nintendo's gonna host a Super Smash Bros. Direct thingy-mabob on Sunday talking about new DLC content, and I'm gonna be streaming reactions to that, and it's gonna be this Sunday at 11:40 a.m. Eastern Standard Time over on my Twitch page, which you can find on the screen here and in the link in the description. So go there and click the follow button to be alerted when I start streaming. I'll also, of course, stream reactions to the Nintendo Digital event on the 16th as well, so you can also look out for that as well. I'll see you guys on both of those days, and more than likely on Twitter, where I'm probably gonna yammer on about all the other E3 stuff that'll be going on. See you guys later. Have a good one.